Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Pure Faith Podcast, a podcast where we discuss all things Bible. I am your host, Michelle Waymeyer, and with me is my brother and co-host, Mitchell Heitkamp.
Well, hi.
We ask that you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification icon. Is that still popping up down here? To be notified when new episodes are released.
Subscription at the end. I've got a whole new thing now.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Have you noticed it? It's actually kind of cool because it's a whole thing. It's like what you would see on an iPhone, and then it has like a hand that hits the the like, and then it goes to notifications, and then it hits the thing.
How
so
handy is that?
Is that a pun? Was that pun intended?
I'm so funny.
That was a grandma joke.
Whatever. Whatever. Oh, you're so funny.
I make myself laugh.
You're so funny. So, anything exciting going on?
I don't think so.
Well, when we're recording this, today is Olivia's birthday. So happy birthday to Olivia. She's 22 as of today, which is not the day that you're listening to this or the day that you might be watching it. So, but yeah, so it was her birthday.
From the time you're watching this, it was 5 days ago.
5 days ago. So, yay for her.
Right.
And we'll wish you all a happy 4th of July, because when you see this, it's going to be right before the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Oh, and we never said Happy Father's Day either. That kind of went by. So we're
so
really
sorry.
late for that.
Happy Father's Day to all
nobody
the
cares
fathers.
about fathers, so it's fine.
I mean, I think we do. Believe me, it's all about you dads. Did you not get what you wanted for Father's Day? Way early?
Well, I was going to get that no matter what. You're talking about Blackstone?
Yeah, your Blackstone. So, yeah.
Yeah, you got that.
I wanted to see what my message said because I've been praying for somebody, and I just wanted to see what the message said.
Yeah, I kind of briefly looked at it too. Yeah, not good news.
We will just continue to, in the back of our minds, also to keep families lifted up during a hard time. So, yeah, that's what we do. We pray. We pray a lot.
We do.
Yes, and we do. We pray for.
That's the only answer.
It is. It is. Well, prayers and tears. I tried to wipe my tears before I came here today, and then you get messages, and I never should have read it, but we'll see what happens. So the Lord works in mysterious ways, and you don't know what's going to happen. You just sent me, well, me and Matt. Hi, Matt. A couple of books, and one of them is called 90 Minutes in, was it called 90 Minutes in Heaven? So, you just don't know what's going to happen. So, you always have to be faithful, and you always have to pray, and, God's will be done. That's the way we have to look at it.
Yeah, that's actually a really good book. I actually seen the movie first.
Did you? I haven't seen the movie. I've not read the book. Like I said, it's just a couple that you've recommended to us. He's like, hey, listen to this book. It's free.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's free for you.
Oh. No. It's free for me.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have the extra subscription?
I do, but when I go on there, it's not free for me.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. I guess it's probably because it's not like books that I've been reading. Like I don't know how it works. But if it's maybe like types of books that you've been reading, they'll throw free books at you so you continue to stay in.
No, this was just in the Audible's catalog.
Oh.
Like their free catalog.
We'll see.
Just under the religion and spirituality section. But you gotta be careful because some of the religion and spirituality is off the wall stuff. It's not stuff you want to read. Just so you know.
Just so I know. Okay. Well, it is a book that, I don't know if Matt's listening to them yet. We have not done a book review in a while. So, and I really do enjoy when all of us listen to a book and review it. So, maybe this can be one of them. Like I said, I've not talked to Matt about it, so I don't know what he's doing. I guess he'll let us know. So, yeah. So what are we doing tonight?
I think we might just go ahead and pick up where we left off again,
Oh,
because
really?
it seemed to work pretty good last time.
It did?
Yeah,
I mean, do what you want.
especially since you cut me off like in the middle of what I was doing.
Okay, so listen. You have a tendency of going off into your own la la land.
Yeah, so
Sometimes I gotta keep you roped in. So you're giving the message at church in a couple of weeks, is what I hear.
oh, I am. It's in a couple weeks.
I mean, like
I've already
3?
started.
Is it 3? You get married in 3 weeks?
16 days.
16 days.
Oh,
Caitlin gets
I
married.
better start getting ready.
Anyhow, she sent the worship team a message, because she, of course, is not a procrastinator like some of us. I procrastinate. I am the queen procrastinator. And she was like, hey, if you can get your music so I can get it in there. We're like, oh, fantastic. And I saw Mitchell is giving the message on July 9th. And I was like, oh, boys, I'm going to have to be there because someone's going to have to keep him roped in
I
because
actually have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to talk about. I just got to put my notes together.
this is the problem. You put notes together, but that means nothing.
Well, I have to put my thoughts together.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to join us on July 9th
Yeah.
at Living Waters Church, starting at 10:30,
Yep.
you can hear Mitchell give the message that day.
It'll be interesting.
I have a feeling it will be. And I might just give worship. I don't even know. I don't know if that's my day or not, but you can hear me sing. You give the message.
Whoa. We
Me
want
sing
them to
again.
come. We want them to come,
I
not
think that they would really enjoy
scared
it.
away.
No. That's only if Olivia was singing or Jenna.
I don't have ever heard Jenna sing. Have I?
I don't know. She might be pretty good. I don't know, but
Oh,
we'll see.
it's
Anyhow.
better than me singing, so.
Yeah, I can hear you singing. It takes all out of me to be like, time out. Mitchell, can you just tone it down a little bit? Take it
No.
back a little bit.
Make a joyful noise. I make joyful noises.
No, it's noise. It's noise.
And it's joyful.
In your heart it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. Totally off track. See, I said that you get off track and then I totally went off
Yeah,
track.
it's your fault.
So sorry, Charlie. I said it to your
Don't
boys
call
all the
me
time.
Charlie.
I say it to your boys all the time. So don't call me Charlie.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me yawn.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm that boring. I haven't even started yet. So, well, I need to start off by giving you some props because I think this episode is our 30th YouTube video
Okay.
that we'll be releasing. And I think that might have been the first time that you actually cried on YouTube video was last week. Even though you cut us off before anything
Well,
else.
yes.
Although I don't know if you did whenever we did our 1 year in review.
I don't think I did. I think it's been a while since I've cried.
Yeah.
I don't want people to actually see me cry. I'm an ugly crier, so I don't want anybody to see me cry. So I try to hold it in, but it's gotten pretty bad. You know that. You've seen it. So yeah, props to me. Whoop, whoop. You gotta say it too.
Hold on, I bite my tongue.
He has a
Anyways.
red face, tears in his eyes.
Anyways.
No.
But because you started crying last week, you kind of cut me off.
Oh, I did.
And
Yeah.
I've never actually finished my thought. that I
Wait,
was
so are you
working
gonna start it off with that? Okay, I'm good.
Well, I just need to do a little bit of a recap so I can finish that thought
Yes.
so we can move on.
Okay.
So, at the end of our episode, we were talking about the difference between
Happiness and being joyful.
yes, where happiness was a feeling
Mm-hmm.
that was fleeting, it changes, that feelings can just change in an instant
Mm-hmm.
when something happens. But to be joyful was a state of being. It was a frame of mind. It is it's something that comes whenever you develop that close personal relationship with Jesus.
It can be
And
everlasting.
and yes, and so it comes with knowing that no matter what happens in life, no matter what comes your way, whether it be good, bad, whatever, you have that knowing in your heart that at the end of the day, when your time comes, you're going to heaven. You're going to have that eternity
Mm-hmm.
with God. So that's where that peace of mind comes from. And then we also started talking about the fact that well, we're also talking about Macarios. That's how that all even began. So we're talking about Macarios, where Macarios, the actual definition of Macarios was happy or to be envied.
Mm-hmm.
And during or in these Beatitudes, it is translated as blessed. And so we're talking about how Macarios means happy, but it's not that state of feeling. It wasn't that euphoric thing. This happy literally means the same thing as what we in our modern day society look at joy.
Mm-hmm.
It's that same thing. It's that state of being. It's that state of mind that you get with having that deep personal relationship with the Lord. But today we see happy and we think of the feeling,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and joy is the actual more closely correlated to what this happy actually means. And so we're talking about how you could even um, um, instead of saying blessed are, you could say joyful are or happy
Mm-hmm.
are if you understand the correct meanings. But this doesn't work everywhere you see blessed in the Bible. Because remember, last week, or in the last episode, I talked about how there are actually two different Greek words that are translated as blessed in the Bible. There was Makarios, which is what we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was eulogetos, which is means actually blessed by God.
It's a crazy word.
Yeah, that is weird,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got like weird symbols and stuff
Does
over
it?
it. Yeah.
Mm. He says, blessed by God.
Yeah, that one actually means blessed by God, where Makarios means happy or to be envied. So even though it's translated as blessed, it actually means happy or to be envied.
Okay.
But blessed is a good definition, and we'll get into that. And I mean, and you can use blessed. Blessed is obviously fine because that's what they actually
Mm-hmm.
use to translate it. And that goes back to the whole concept of why these are even called the Beatitudes. And I didn't actually write this down, but it had something to do with the fact that um, a beatitude is a blessing type thing. I don't know. Look up what beatitude means and you can figure it out. I
I
didn't
didn't
write
write it
it
down.
down. You're making fun of me.
You make it so easy.
I got no comment.
Mm-mm.
Um, so yeah, the only place this actual what's the word I'm looking for? This to replace these words, it only works when Makarios is used, not when eulogetos is used. And you're only going to know that if you look at a concordance.
Okay.
So, anyways,
All right.
so I'm talking about this, and that brings up the question that you may be having is why can't we use blessed? And like I said, we can. It's just a problem with blessed and the way that we use it in today's society is it has a stronger biblical or theological tone to
Yeah,
it.
I think so too.
And
Like when someone says blessed, you
yeah,
you know
and
where
it's
it's.
almost off-putting a little bit because
Mm,
it's almost like I don't know. It's almost too religious or spiritual, and it's just maybe not something that you really want to get too close to
mm,
for some people.
mm-hmm,
Um, but then also when we talk about blessed, a lot of times the way we look at blessed is in a positive light
mm-hmm,
when you look at your life. Like my wife, my children, my house, car, whatever, all these good things that were given to me as gifts from God or
Mm-hmm.
blessings,
Blessings.
which that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But as we get into these beatitudes, we see that it's not just the good things that are the
Mm-hmm.
blessings. We have to also look at the fact of loss of life, of even just sickness, struggles, pains, whatever's comes in our lives, whether it's good or bad,
Mm-hmm.
can still be viewed as blessings. It's it all
It's
depends on
hard.
it is.
It can be very hard to think of it as a blessing.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't view it as blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I could say a lot of things that would probably make you cry, but
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm trying to tread lightly here.
I think I'm pretty good.
But yeah, I mean, somebody going through struggles, whether it be with cancer,
Mm-hmm.
sickness, even though they may be going through hard times or whatever, and normally for that kind of stuff, it's harder on the family than it is the actual person.
I think so too.
Um, a lot of times the person going through it, they realize what's going on and they accept
Mm-hmm.
what's going on, but
You're
they're
right.
going to the better place.
Right.
We're left here having to deal with the aftermath of
Yeah,
them
the
leaving.
burden of it all. Yeah.
So yeah, they got it way better.
Yeah, you're exactly right. In that it can be very true. Like something like sickness, like cancer, can hit that person very hard to hear it, but after it sets in, like it's a mindset.
Yeah.
Being blessed is a mindset. Like if you can know that having a sickness, losing someone, being in debt, being out of work can actually be a blessing in disguise. Something great can come out of all of it. So it's really a state of mind as well.
Yes. Agreed. So, yes, using blessed in these Beatitudes is a good way
Mhm.
or is a good word to use.
Mhm.
But if you don't fully understand the meaning of blessing, then there's some other words that we can implant in there to help give us a better understanding of what Makarios actually means. And we've already discussed happy. Happy
Mhm.
is the proper definition of Makarios. But if you're looking at it from that feeling aspect of it, this doesn't work. If you understand the true meaning of what they mean by happy, that state of being,
Mhm.
which would be like being joy or having joy,
Mhm.
then yes, happy does work,
Mhm.
but only if you understand that meaning that they're
Mhm.
trying to get
Right.
across. The other possible definition of Macarius was to be envied,
Mm.
and that would work. I mean, let's look at the first one that we're going to be covering is blessed are the poor in spirit. You could say envied are poor in spirit. But the problem with envied is that typically has a negative or even sinful vibe to it
Yes,
because
I'm going to agree with you.
envy is one of the seven deadly sins. Am I correct?
Mm.
I never
I
looked them
don't
up. I'm
know.
thinking envy was one.
I don't know if envy actually is one.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I
But
don't know for sure. But it can
it,
go along with a lot of them
yeah,
that are out there. But like for me, like one of the things that well, I guess I shouldn't be like an envy, but if you envy a lifestyle, then
that's not a positive
it's
thing.
not a positive thing
No.
because that person might have a lifestyle, but it's not it's not all about that. Like it's not
Yeah.
all about the outside. Like you have no idea what's going on in the inside or anything. So you shouldn't envy people because you don't know what's going on in their lives. I mean, it's just, I mean, envy I put as I don't want to say as a harsh word, but it's one that I just don't
It
like to
has
use.
a
Yeah,
negative
yeah.
vibe to it. So, yes, that's why we typically won't use envy. We could use fortunate.
Yes,
So
yes. Well,
fortunate are
I
the poor
don't
in spirit.
know.
I mean, fortunate does work. I mean, it is a good work or a good word to use. But then when we use the word fortunate, that typically makes you think about luck,
Mm-hmm.
and this isn't about luck.
Mm-mm.
So that's why that one typically falls short. What's another one?
I have
You
no idea.
could you can completely take out blessed are and replace it with congratulations to.
Hmm.
So congratulations to the poor in spirit. Congratulations to those who mourn. But now we're almost getting too commonplace.
Too happy. Congratulations.
Yeah. And it and it works. I mean, it gives that right
Mm-hmm.
feeling,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like you're saying, it's too
It's flashy,
bubbly.
I think.
It's too commonplace. It takes that the impact away from it. So it almost softens it too much, and you don't get that full feeling out of it that it was intended. I've already mentioned that my preferred choice is joyful,
Mm-hmm.
but that's basically just a better definition of what happy is in the instance of Macarios and
Right.
in the way that we talk in today's culture. Um, but or you can just stick with blessed.
Right.
You could use any one of those or none of them. You have something completely different. The whole idea behind it is just to help you kind of get a better grasp or understanding of what is meant by this blessed are,
Mm-hmm.
which comes from Macarios. So it just that's, in my opinion, one of the cool parts and the hard parts about our translations is, there's a group of Bible scholars that are get together and kind of hash it out like, hey, this is the original Greek or Hebrew or whatever it is, and
Mm-hmm.
this is what we think it means, and a little bit of tradition comes in with that, and that's how they come up with these translations. But like we've pointed out a few times already on this podcast, Greek words have multiple definitions.
Yes, they do.
And uh, just because that's the one they chose doesn't mean that's the only
Right.
option.
Exactly.
So that's why we have so many different translations, is because these people don't agree with what these people said this meant. And now you got different translations, and that's the problem with all of it.
And that's what
So
makes her head spin.
yeah, that's why I like looking up some of these Greek words and doing an in-depth study on these Greek words, because it helps us understand the full vibe of what's going on
Right.
in the Bible. So one more thing we need to mention before we actually get into the Beatitudes is the fact that these Beatitudes weren't just made up on the spot by Jesus. This isn't a new revelation that he came up with. All of these Beatitudes have their foundation in Old Testament. Most of them are tied to the Psalms, but there are other um, books from the Old Testament that they're tied to as well. I know Isaiah is another one that we will be talking about here in like 4 weeks, whenever we get to verse 4.
we'll
But
we'll make that six. Six
whoa,
weeks.
I think we could be there in 4 weeks.
Oh, we'll see.
I mean, we'll be starting 3 here soon-ish. Like, how much time I got?
Like 3 minutes.
Like, maybe next week. um, oh, okay, maybe 6 weeks. I
It's
don't know. We'll
whatever.
we'll see.
Well, whenever we get there.
Um, but yeah, once we get to verse 4, we are going to be covering a section of Isaiah. But I don't plan on doing this for all of the Beatitudes, because that's a lot and I already have a lot of information without doing the Old Testament references to them. Um, but I'm actually going to be pairing up one and two, and that's something else we will see as we get into these. Is they all kind of speak with each other, and they all go hand in hand with each other. So they're all working together, And like I said, these are kind of like the Christian core values.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense they work together. That, hey, this one and like they all help in making us better people, better Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
You okay?
Not really. I think my throat's starting to swell shut. It needs ice cream to soothe it down.
I was wondering where this was going. I'm like, what is going
Yeah,
on?
actually, I've been battling like strep for like the last 2 weeks.
He always, seriously, every week.
No,
I got
I
something
said
going on. Let me cough on you.
I
We've had the stomach
turned
flu.
this
Let
way.
me share my iPad with you.
I'm helping you
That's
build
okay.
your immune system.
No, it's okay. We've been battling stuff at the house too. Not
Maybe
me.
it's your fault.
Nope. You've not been around Daniel. Daniel's been sick. Not me. Hey, that's a really nice cup you got there. It's been a while.
Thank you. It was a gift.
Mm-hmm. From me.
Anyways, um, so yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing all of the Old Testament references, but it is important to realize that these are not new revelations with Jesus, that these come from Old Testament and they're just organized and put together in a more streamlined way, like we said, that are easy to understand and easy to memorize.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so that is something that's very important to understand.
The thing is
So,
that I look at these and I'm never. This is a true story.
okay.
I remember singing a song in church. These were the line. These were the lyrics to the song. Had no idea it came from the Bible. No idea.
Hmm.
I could sing this song right now. I won't. But these are the
I
lyrics.
don't know what song you're talking about.
Right. I used this because again, I apologize, but like the most I got out of church growing up was the music. So I this is a song. It does. It makes it makes my heart happy because I got to sing with grandma. You know, we went to church and grandma would sit next to me. She didn't sing as loud as you, but she sang.
Well,
Yeah.
not everybody's perfect.
No, I was gonna say not everybody has such a joyful voice like you.
Well, there's that too.
Love my grandma. Love our grandma.
So I take it we're done.
Yeah.
So whenever we come back next week, we will be getting into the Beatitudes. There's nothing else. Straight into the Beatitudes next week. We're going to start with verse 3. That'll take 2 weeks. And then verse 4. I'll try to rush next time.
We don't need to rush. Maybe I just won't talk so much. It's a blessing, he says. It's a blessing. All right. We thank you for joining us. Please leave a comment on this video or go to the contact page on purefaithliving.com to send us a message. And as always, if you like what you hear, then we ask that you share this show with others so we can all work together in spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will talk to you again next time.
Have a blessed day, everybody.